The way he grow with the wrong community. I mean, like, and you have to know how to respect and how to, not too arrogant or anything. I'm not saying that, but sometimes bad company corrupt good character.
Another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
Manny Pacquiao has just joined the bandwagon of boxing professionals that confirmed Floyd Mayweather's real estate scam. And this time, Manny Pacquiao didn't just speak about this particular real estate incident. The boxing legend also revealed that Floyd Mayweather had defrauded him after their fight many years ago.
That I won the fight.
Okay, so tell us, what do you think of Floyd Mayweather Jr. out of the ring, just as a person? How do you view him?
Well, it's for me, it's not good for him that he won like that, and there's a big question in the minds of the fans.
He claimed the agreed percentage when they signed the contract was 60. 40, however, Floyd Mayweather took a cut of 70%, a clause that never existed while the contract was signed. During our fight, I had 40%, but he gave 70, and that was really bad. He claimed the extra 10% was for him if he could win the fight. And since he won, Manny Pacquiao had to settle for just 30%. Attempts to settle this out of court failed, and even the boxing commissions did nothing to help him out until he gave up.
But do you want the rematch in part? How do you view him just as a person, not about the fight, but you've expressed before that you never really liked what he stood for outside the ring as a person, and you would like to defeat him because of that. Is that fair to say?
I'm what I see him outside the ring is of course I don't want to blame him, but
Moving on to his $400 million real estate scam, Manny Pacquiao claimed he didn't know so much about it, but he had heard from several reliable sources that many of Mayweather's businesses are not clean, including Mayweather Promotions. If you check well, there are too many shady deals related to him. Even Mayweather Promotions, what do you think happens there? Only one fighter in many years? That's bad. Manny Pacquiao has been a recipient of Floyd Mayweather's fraudulence, so he's not surprised of his fraudulent acts and has urged the companies, organizations, countries, and individuals involved to do the needful.
Big question because of that controversial decision. Although I'm not complaining that what's happening, but I respect like I said, I respect the decision of the judges, but in my belief, in my heart, that I thought I won the.
While I had my issue with him, what many people said was that no matter what I do, Floyd will never be punished. Something like he was above the law. So even if I couldn't get justice, I'd like the new victims to get justice. I probably gave up too early. They should push it until he's investigated and made to pay the penalty. Well, whether the new victims make efforts in penalizing Floyd Mayweather or not, it's their course to pursue. But here's what this fan had to say about it. I honestly feel like Floyd Mayweather has absolutely no virtue aside from his boxing record. There's just nothing worth emulating. If Manny Pacquiao can complain about him, then I don't think he's innocent anymore. He always wants to outsmart people and be the best.
I'm still young, so what I have done and accomplished in boxing, I think it's one of a kind, because to get a different weight division is not that easy. And I'm not trying to boast what I have accomplished in life, but I'm just saying this to repeat. You might forget that the best fighter in the world has a.
However, Floyd Mayweather has fired back against all claims of bankruptcy against him. If this is being broken, let me be broke my whole life. Floyd Mayweather seems to say every time he gets on his private jet or takes a selfie with one of his more than 100 buildings. The boxing legend reappeared in public to do what he does best outside the ring, throw verbal punches with millionaire precision. Although rumors had him financially finished, with an alleged $402 million scam that would have bankrupted him, Money Mayweather appeared as if nothing had happened, very well dressed and with a smile that screamed, "I still get paid more than you for breathing." During a talk at the Real Deal Forum in New York, Floyd addressed the rumors with disdain bordering on theatrical.
Asakura,
There's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather, and he can tell you that himself. You know, when we talk about Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer, but nobody has the remedy on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. Don't let them trick.
He claimed that if having 2 private jets, more than 100 properties, and absolute freedom means being bankrupt, then let everyone come with him, making it clear that his wealth is not only intact, but that he can boast about it without remorse. The trigger for the drama was journalist Stephen A. Smith, who claimed that Mayweather had declared bankruptcy after being the victim of a brutal embezzlement. But Floyd, who has been used to controversy since his undefeated days, responded with another defense: his lifestyle. There were no exact figures, no documents, no invited accountants. Just a man saying that his name is a brand, his legacy is luxury, and that reputation is defended as a world title is won, with well-placed blows.
humility.
I'm not here to talk about your personal life. When we talk about, you know, what's going on inside that square circle, I'm the best. No matter how you rate it, no matter how you cut it, no matter how you slice it, no matter if you go to 100 years back, 300 years back, all the way to now, there's only one best, and that's Floyd Mayweather.
He shunned those that called him a liar, saying he's worked hard to build his reputation and won't let anyone tarnish his name or family's name. And if that were not enough, he also took the opportunity to say that his real estate investments are not only real, but profitable. "I went from 8 figures to 9, he said, claiming that the goal has always been to create wealth that transcends generations. Because Mayweather no longer fights for titles, but for legacies. In the end, he made it clear that real estate is his new ring. "I'm still learning every day, just like in boxing. But the goal is for my kids to be better than me, and that's great for me," he concluded.
Bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
While some want to see him fall, Floyd Mayweather Jr. continues to float, literally, between floors, flights, and millions. Because if this is bankruptcy, someone should lend us the recipe. All in all, Floyd Mayweather doesn't get the credit he deserves. To be fair, there is plenty to criticize the former 5-division champion on. After all, a section of the boxing fans blame him personally for many of the problems in the sport today. The obsession with remaining undefeated, for instance, is credited to him, which then requires boxers to avoid any tough fights like the plague.
Guess what? You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on.
The utter commercialization of the sport where money means more than anything else, including good fights and entertaining fans, is also attributed to money. Although the Olympian is facing speculations that he may have gone bankrupt due to allegedly losing over $400 million in a real estate scam which Money has vigorously denied, Mayweather is still synonymous with wealth and luxury among boxing fans. Be that as it may, you cannot deny that Mayweather is among the greatest of all time, maybe even the greatest of all time, based upon pure skill and ring IQ. At least that is what Joe Rogan thinks when discussing the importance of discipline in the fight game.
All this money made. No partners. How about myself? For 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
Yeah, you give up something to get something. Like, I don't think you could be completely balanced and be the best ever, but you know it depends on how you're doing it. You know, like the thing that's so brilliant about Floyd Mayweather is that if you look at his career, he might have been really hit hard 4 or 5 times in his whole career, which is insanity. Rogan told outdoorsman Cameron Haynes on episode 2316 of the JRE podcast, which is absolutely true. Money not only had outrageous defensive skills, probably the best in history, but also his legendary discipline. While Rogan only briefly alluded to Mayweather's unwavering discipline and his Spartan lifestyle, many feel that was the most important part of Mayweather's game.
That money to the IRS, how much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money, there's probably a point.
And the best thing about him is that money would go to clubs and parties, enjoy himself there, but stay disciplined. He wouldn't drink or smoke and was known to run from the club to his home in the wee hours of the morning so that he could get his cardio in. The Olympic silver medalist wouldn't even drink cold water leading up his fight since it shocks the body. And it was his unwavering discipline that saw him win every fight he has ever been in. Not to mention even today at the age of 48, the American legend is going strong and has regularly been fighting in exhibitions since his retirement in 2017.
There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell those.
Indeed, the value of discipline and how far that could take you is nowhere more apparent than in the case of the legendary Dagestani lightweight twins in MMA. The time Jon Jones told Joe Rogan about horrific fight week ritual, this is how Islam Makhachev is so good. That's why Khabib is so good. Those guys are disciplined, Rogan added. Khabib Nurmagomedov, of course, was probably the most dominant fighter in the history of the sport, and Islam Makhachev is the reigning lightweight champion, pound-for-pound king, and about to fight for a second title.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
But then again, there are more than one ways to succeed in the sport, as Jon Jones's example proves. Bones, widely considered the greatest of all time, has spoken about partying hard 1 week from his fights and getting blackout drunk before fights. In fact, this partying helped Jones immensely as it took the pressure off of him if he lost. I had this crazy thing that I would do where I would party 1 week before every fight, and I did it throughout my whole career. And it was stupid, but it was this mental crutch that I had. I literally would, 1 week before every fight, Jones told Rogan on the JRE podcast in 2016.
Look at this. Look at all the diamonds. That's millions of dollars worth of diamonds. Yeah, I mean, that's bonkers. Yeah, he's like a professional baller.
Like that watch right there is not like, I wouldn't wear it because it's not my thing.
Yeah.
Even if, I had it, I wouldn't wear it. It's just not attractive to me.
No, I'm not into blinged out watches either.
Nah.
I like mechanical watches.
I would go out and I would get blacked out and wasted. My logic was, if this guy were to beat me somehow, I can look myself in the mirror and say, the reason I lost is because I got hammered the week before the fight. I trained for the fight, but I definitely had this thing where I felt invincible, the GOAT contender added. What do you think about Joe Rogan's raving about Floyd Mayweather's brilliance? But with Manny Pacquiao, there's even more controversy for him, aside from his involvement in making allegations against Floyd Mayweather, as his return to the ring is seeming to cause more harm than good.
You're gonna live like this.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no
Figured it's really a trick. He gets these people to box with him. They have no business boxing with him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars doing this way after his competitive career is over. Needs that money. That money has to keep coming in. If you're going to live like this, it's absolutely he needs money. Once again, come on, fighters like that always go.
In what is sure to be seen as a controversial move, Manny Pacquiao has been reinstated in the WBC welterweight rankings, and at no 5 no less, as he prepares to challenge champion Mario Barrios. On the 19th of July, Pacquiao is due to end a 4-year absence from the ring as the 46-year-old aims to dethrone Barrios 29. Pacquiao last fought in August 2021, losing to Yordenis Ugas via unanimous decision in Las Vegas, and he will return to the same city when he faces Barrios. Ahead of that fight with the American, Pacquiao re-entered the World Boxing Council rankings at number 5, with 3rd-ranked Conor Benn and number 1 Devin Haney, the best-known names above him.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion, so who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. That's a tremendous fight. It was released, PBC. Manny Pacquiao first title was the flyweight WBC, and he wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Pacquiao, widely considered one of boxing's all-time greats, is the sport's only 8-weight world champion. In July 2019, in his second most recent bout, he beat Keith Thurman to become the oldest welterweight champion in history, aged 40. He will look to surpass his own record when he boxes Barrios. The 46-year-old, who fought in exhibition bouts in 2022 and as recently as last July, is invoking his right to have an immediate title shot as a former champion. The WBC rules state that all title holders must defend their belts against a qualified challenger, and this includes any former WBC champion.
Operation, but when I realized, the doctor said that, but in every training that you have, it will come back, the pain.
So against Floyd in the ring that night, did you feel handicapped where you couldn't throw with that, that hand?
I feel like, disappointed in myself because when I'm throwing punches in the 4th round, because he's leaning on the rope and attacking him.
WBC President Mauricio Suleiman said last week, "At this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. That's a tremendous fight." Manny Pacquiao's first title was at flyweight with the WBC, and now he wants to retire as the WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division. Pacquiao is also known for his political endeavors in his home country of the Philippines, where he served as a senator from 2016 until 2022. He also ran for president in 2022, but was unsuccessful, and now he is eyeing a return to the Senate. In 2015, the legendary unbeaten boxer earned $300 million when he outpointed Pacquiao, who later claimed to have entered the fight injured over 12 rounds at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Naturally, both men, who have since retired from boxing, have flirted with a rematch ever since. An eagerly anticipated second fight was seemingly made official when Pacman popped up at an MMA event at the Saitama Super Arena in Japan on New Year's Eve. The 8-weight world champion discussed a big fight that will take place next year, but hesitated to name his opponent before being prompted to do so by Risen CEO Nobuyuki Sakakibara. Pacquiao said, "Next year, I hope to see you here in Japan with a big fight against Floyd Mayweather. I thought you didn't want me to say that." Mayweather refused to address the shock announcement until now. The 46-year-old recently called Pacquiao's actions crazy, but refused to reveal if a fight between the two boxing legends is slated for 2024. When Manny Pacquiao spoke about that, he shouldn't have because there's a time and a place for everything, Mayweather said on the Pivot podcast. I'm not going to say he's right, and I'm going to say he's wrong. I don't have to say anything. It's so crazy when he spoke about it.
Won the fight on points because he ran from you so much?
When I reviewed the fight, I threw a lot of punches than him, and then I connected more than he connected. But you know, like I said, I know how to accept loss, and I respect the decision of the judges.
Do you? But you still thought, you said after the fight, you thought you
in
won.
my heart, if you ask me, of course, I still believe.
Mayweather went on to suggest that those organizing the potential super fight compensated him generously after Pacquiao's premature announcement. He added, just by him saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million? Who? I mean, you know, I don't like to throw certain individuals under the bus, but remember, he got famous because they said he could be the guy that could possibly dethrone the king. Did it happen? Absolutely not. Was it easy? Absolutely.
Starting my pressure to him, but I feel like when I throw my hands, I feel like I cut my hands. You know, I feel like I don't have my right hand. So
got it.
So
you're basically fighting with one arm, one hand,
yes,
right?
So and then I feel no pain because of, I think because of your adrenaline is high. So but I feel like I don't have a arm in my. I feel like it's cut
off.
Yeah, cut off.
I got it.
In my
So
right
despite that, did you feel like you still?
In November, Mayweather announced he'll take part in a rematch with another opponent, John Gotti III, after their first fight ended in controversial circumstances. The bout was supposed to take place in Las Vegas on Super Bowl weekend, but the biggest game of the NFL season passed without the best ever returning to the ring. Perhaps a big money rematch with Pacquiao has taken priority. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out!